Rather an interesting spot here. Look at this. I used to come here a lot. I don't know if you remember that I took Tracy up here, and even Charlie, if you remember Charlie, I did the 75 1.8 review down here, and it's always been a nice place. I just find it's quite calming and things, and today it's just so sunny, and you can see like, lots of people just behind me sitting there enjoying the sun, and it's just cool. It's just a generally cool space. It sounds a bit weird because I haven't been out for so long, and now I'm out. It feels almost normal when I see people lying around like this. Interesting. Maybe I'm the only one who actually stuck at home. Hey guys, and how are you all? And hope you had a good weekend. I'm in central London. I'm out. I took the kids to see my family, my mom and my brother. So they're playing there at the moment. So I must well use this opportunity to talk to you guys about 3 annoying things about Olympus cameras. Yes, it is a bit weird, right? Because I'm an Olympus ambassador and I'm known to be an Olympus fanboy. But yeah, 3 annoying things. And here they are. So funny enough, these 3 things you may think is very technical based, like resolutions, ISO performances, or even dynamic range. Nope, it's all about usability. First of all, first one on my list is EVF. I know I talked about this before, and I know a lot of you guys also complain about the same thing, but this is my list. And so my first thing is the EVF. I always think that it's just the resolutions is a little bit low for my aging eyes, and I'm not joking. I'm not as I used to be when I first picked up the EM5 Mark 1, you know, the very first one. That was good, you know, that was back then, but that was like 2012, and that is almost 10 years ago. And then I had the EM5 Mark 2, then subsequently when I switched over, the EM1 Mark 2, and the latest one, the EM1X, and also the EM1 Mark 3, all had the same resolution. Just slightly different sizes and different magnification, but they literally the same EVF. So I am not getting any younger, and my eyesight are definitely not getting better. So that is probably one of my biggest gripe, and I've seen better EVF before, and definitely very nice. I have to say, it doesn't stop me from doing things, but as you know that I do use manual focusing lenses quite a bit for filming, and also sometimes, you know, when you're just having some nostalgia going on, I want to use some manual lenses, and I can use a bright, clear EVF to do that, but at the moment I just can't do it. So having a better, brighter, clearer, high resolution EVF would definitely help that. So that's my first one. Right, second on my list is the tripod hold position. Well, this is nothing about the actual breakage of the tripod mount that you guys have been telling me about. It's more to do with the actual position of the mount. The reason I said it because I use tripods and also gimbals a lot where I need to use a mounting support plate. So the position doesn't allow me to mount this plate securely. Let me explain a little bit, because you know you usually have to screw the underneath there. That's where the screw mount is to secure the plate. You just have to tighten it. My problem is that this position, when it's too close to the edge, you try to screw it tight, and if you screw it really tight, usually you will have a very secure plate, but in my case, it isn't the case. The more you tighten it, the worse it gets, because the surface area between the actual support plate and the bottom of the camera becoming less and less. Trust me, half of the plate is actually overhanging on the other side of the camera, and so you're only relying on a very thin strip of plastic or whatever is remaining on the support plate to generate that friction between the camera and the support plate itself, and that resulting in a rather unstable experience. So the only way to find a secure method is to find a plate that has a very grippy rubber kind of surface on the support plate itself, and that way you can actually do it quite nicely. So far I only found 2 brands that does that type of plate. One is Manfrotto and the other one is Joby. So these are the only 2 brands. Even Jisso and sometimes 3-legged Things plate doesn't always give me that grip that I need to secure the plate. Worse still, because a lot of the tripod mounting plates are Arca Suite these days, that means they're interchangeable. So if I use a Manfrotto one, I can use it on other tripod head if I really want to, but not so much on the gimbal, because gimbal has their own bespoke system. And that is pretty bad, because I found that a lot of my gimbals that I use these days, they just don't have those very nice rubbery grip that will secure the actual support plate itself to the camera. That will resulting in a rather unstable swivelly camera on top of the gimbal. That is not very good if you're using a very fast sequence, for instance. So that's my complaint about the position. If it's more to the center, you have definitely more leverage when it comes to mounting it and securing. That will generate the force on both sides of the actual mounting hole itself, and that will give you the best support ever. At the moment, I just don't think it's secure enough. Nope. Third on my list is about specification, more specifically about video. And as you know, that I have no complaint about photographic capabilities of any Olympus cameras. And I said it many times on my videos and also through my live streams. And I personally think that Olympus has one of the best colors in the industry. And also, to a lot of people, I know we're in the megapixel race these days, but 15, 16 megapixel is more than sufficient for most photographers, even commercial, professionals. I'm a professional, I do weddings, I print albums, I do giant prints. Even the 20 megapixel sensor is more than enough resolution for me to do that. Then obviously, depending on genre, depending on the type of photographer you are, or what sort of commercial jobs that you have, some may require high resolutions. That's totally fine. But frankly, a lot of photographers will be more than happy to use 20 megapixel. So photographically, okay. But now, video. Yes, we have 4K 24 cinematic C4K, and we have now having ProRes RAW with the Atomos Ninja 5 external recorder, but still lacking a little bit. Atomos Ninja 5 ProRes RAW is great for commercial jobs like big rigs and stuff like that, but it's definitely not a run and gun option for many consumers. So that means they need something that will give the normal people a better kind of capabilities in the video world. Better codec, better compression, and better sampling. So at the moment, that internal recording is restricted to 8-bit and 420, so it's quite low end and comparatively to many of the cameras out on the market in 2021. Even in the flagship, it's basically the same thing as the EM5 Mark III. Olympus hasn't really upped the game in the video side for quite some time, and so I'm looking forward to the new thing. Obviously, that judging from the recent announcement about Olympus and what they talked about, the next flagship camera is going to be a wow thing. I do expect something big happening in the video capability side of it, and I'm definitely looking forward to that. But as it stands, this will be my complaint, and especially that I would like to see better quality. It's okay in most cases, but sometimes if let's say you want to do a half speed slow mo, there's no 60 frame options, the highlight will clip quite easily simply because the dynamic range is not enough. Sometimes you do see a little bit of banding because the sampling is just not rich enough. So there are little things here and there. It may not be recognizable by a lot of people. I wouldn't say most people, but people who are experienced in the video world would definitely see that. And if they want to compete with the rest of the group at the moment, this is something I believe is definitely needs improving. And also, one of the most annoying things for my use is because that I film a lot, and even though I said that it's okay for most cases, but yeah, it's definitely annoying me a little. Well, as I said it many times before, there is no perfect camera in this world. There is perfect tool for the perfect job, and I do think that Olympus OMD, especially EM1 series, is the best camera for my jobs, and it's no doubt about it. I raved about it, and even the EM1 Mark II was the camera that convinced me to switch from Canon to Olympus. So that's how good it is. So as a camera, it's a great camera, but obviously, yeah, nothing is perfect. So and these are the little things that annoy me. So what is your most annoying thing about Olympus cameras? I know you could be a fanboy, you may not be a fanboy, you hate about Olympus, but let's share some thoughts here and let me know what you think about things that annoys you the most about Olympus cameras, and hopefully the next few generations of cameras will slowly addressing some of these deficiencies, I would say, and we shall see whether the newer camera is going to be even better. And I'm looking forward to that because something wow is going to come in late 2021 or early 2022, and I'm definitely looking forward to that. So, enjoying the sun, and I'm going to continue walking with family now. I hope you enjoy this vlog, and I shall see you all next time. And yeah, leave some comment, and let's have a chat about Olympus cameras. Bye for now. See you next time. Where are we going? You don't know? Are we walking along the canal? Yeah. Did you see any birds? Ducks? Yeah. But more specifically, videos. Ah, come on. Hello, Lamui. Hello, Lamui. Hello, Lamui.
Look. Fluffy.
Blossom.
It's fluffy.